Regular Insight viewers recognize her right away. She's a valuable resource in planning and sustaining our retirement. Heather Foster is an investment advisor and fiduciary. Today we want to talk about why it's important to start that planning process early rather than not early, or later, early rather than later.
So many people, they come into the office, but they're literally coming in a couple months before they're retiring. And so while I can still lay out a financial plan for them and we can begin to lay out their retirement goals and their plans, if I can get to people a lot earlier than that, it's very helpful for them. Because sometimes we talked about in the last episode about how health insurance is, and how much you pay for that is depending upon how much income. So if we can create tax-free income buckets, while you're working, it can save you. So the things that we can get ahead of are really critical. And so I don't think that a lot of people realize that if you sit down and you talk to a financial planner or fiduciary ahead of time, you don't have to wait till you're ready to pull the trigger to retire and make those pension decisions and what do I do with my 401k. You really should be talking about how should I be saving, how much should I be saving, how much should I be investing, should I be doing the Roth 401k or the pre-tax 401k way ahead of time. So at least 10 years ahead of time. 10 years gives me a nice time frame as a financial planner to go, okay, we've got enough time here to create the buckets that we need to create for the different avenues that we want to go down so that we can truly save you guys in taxes. Because think about it, if you're trying to save for a goal towards retirement, but I can say, hey, Charity, if you save this in your Roth now, it'll save you $12,000 a year from 62 to 65. That's money that we don't have to now spend out of your investment bucket.
Right.
And if we don't have to spend it, we may not have to save it, right? So all the things kind of correlate together. So the earlier I can get to people, the better. We do a lot of consulting in my office, which again, I think a lot of people just think that they're going to wait till they're ready to retire because maybe they don't have the money to be managed right now, but they can bring in a consultant that we basically can charge you a financial planning fee. It's a one-time fee where we lay out a plan for you. We get all your goals, we look at your debt, we look at your savings, what your employer matches, and we lay out that plan way ahead of time so that when you actually pull the trigger on retirement, you're there, you're good, you know you can retire, and you know the age that you can retire at. So consulting is a good way to kind of get that relationship started with a financial planner. Then you can actually pay an hourly fee from there if maybe you just want to pop in and talk once a year and say, hey, is my 401k still looking okay? Am I still saving the right amount? Maybe you had a job change, a bonus, an increase in income or a decrease in income. Laying out those plans for how those different shifts and changes, maybe a child's being born, children going to college, all those things begin to affect kind of that long-term plan. So I tell people plan early because so many people think that they just need to wait to call someone like our office when they're ready to pull the trigger to retire. But honestly, if I can get someone in their 40s or their 50s that are earlier, we can do some damage in a positive way to not paying so much in taxes if I can get to somebody early enough.
I think the other thing people think is I don't have enough money to talk to somebody like you.
Yeah, so a lot of people that are just starting to save, obviously, they don't have that big nest egg to manage. And yeah, we are wealth managers, but again, they can go down that consulting road where that basically you're saying, hey, no one's actually managing the money for you at this point, but we're doing fee-based financial planning now. Financial planning meaning we're laying out the road to get you where you need to be. You can pay that hourly fee or the one-time financial planning fee to lay out a fully designed plan. And you don't have to have any money to invest. It's just saying, okay, let's just lay out the plan to get you to where you need to be. And they can pay it basically just the one-time fee for that.
That may help you get to that where you do have that.
That is the goal of it, is that you can actually lay out a plan for someone, or maybe sometimes seeing and helping them to identify where maybe they're spending too much money, where they should be investing. And if they don't make changes, I mean, a lot of times this is kind of red flag type stuff where it says, hey, if you don't make a shift in your lifestyle at this point, you're never going to get where you want to be. So what does it take? This is for proactive people who want to make sure that they are heading the right direction so that they can stop the 9 to 5 or the second shift or the third shift job, wherever you're at in your life. We all have goals to get to stop this grind at some point in our life, to be able to relax, hopefully with a drink in our hand and on a beach somewhere. But how do you get there and how can you make sure that you're going to get there? It's the planning.
So what do we do if somebody's watching and like, well, I am in my 40s. Maybe somebody's watching and they say, I'm in my 30s, but I just want to kind of lay out what I want to do, or I just want an idea of what I need to do. What do they need to do to set up a consulting appointment with you?
So they usually call our office. My office does kind of a pre-screening phone conversation with you first to find out where you're at in your walk in retirement, your age, a little bit about your demographic as far as how long do you plan on working, do you have anything saved yet, what are your goals and why are you calling? And from there, it gives us an idea what type of meeting that they may need with me. We always do a initial consultation at no cost. If I think that I can help that person, sometimes it actually goes into a phone conversation with me first to see if there's anything that I can do for them. And then it's actually a physical meeting with me, and then we kind of go from there. If I see in that first meeting, then I can help you, then I invite you back to a second, and we kind of go from there.
Well, make that phone call today. It's never too early to start, and the thing to do is to start. Give them a call, 260-234-2200. We'll be right back.